Muse certainly is easy on the eyes, wouldn't you?
You've come.
So in the end, you've chosen to trust that man. You're more naive than I thought, Maxwell.
Tell us what your purpose is for bringing us here.
We will stand and fight against those invaders. If you intend to challenge them yourselves, we won't attempt to stop you.
But first, there's something you need to tell us. I want you to tell us what you know about the schism.
What's that?
Two millennia ago, I cast the spirit art, Schism. It created a new world and sealed it away. That world is yours. It is known as Riza Maxia.
Did Mila just say that she created the entire world? Wow! She's like a goddess or something!
It was for protecting spirits and humans.
Riza Maxia is sealed. That implies the existence of another world outside the schism, does it not?
Yes. And that world is called Olympius. I was gravely mistaken about the Lance of Kresnik's true purpose. Exodus convinced Noctigal that it was a weapon, but all along they were plotting to create a device that would dispel the schism.
Dispel the schism? To what end?
I do not know. I wonder if perhaps they were looking for a means to siphon mana back to Olympius.
No. All Exodus ever wanted was to go home. Back home to Olympius. It's all we've wanted for more than 20 years since we became trapped in Riza Maxia. We needed to find a way to either break through the schism or dispel it completely.
But in order to dispel the schism, they would have to find a way to eliminate its creator.
I see. So that's why Exodus kept trying to kill you.
It doesn't add up. What is Gillen's master plan?
I'm confused. I still don't understand.
Gillen's actions are not going to get Exodus home any faster.
He didn't need to bring the whole Olympian army. In unifying Riza Maxia, that was never our original intention. Gillen must intend to make use of Riza Maxia with the schism intact, but for what purpose? That's it. The Otherworld reactor plan. What?
Huh? The hell's that?
Most folks knew it as the Spirit Fuel Plan.
That sounds bad.
I remember my cousin telling me about it when I was still a kid back on the other side. Something about capturing spirits and using them as fuel for Spyrexes.
So you're saying Gillen's ultimate goal is to corral all the spirits?
But that doesn't make sense either. If all he wants is spirits, then why bother with the lies? Unless he's planning on trapping us in Riza Maxia for our mana lobes.
He seeks to use the people of Riza Maxia as a power source? The man is insane.
Gillen most likely returned to Exodus HQ on the ocean. The Olympian army is with him, so getting there by boat won't be easy. Well then, perhaps we can commandeer one of the flying ships they have Dr. Campbellar.
Oh yeah, right. Because that sounds easy.
It may indeed be our only option.
Very well. We attack tomorrow.
Wait a minute, Gaius. Aren't we gonna team up on this? I mean, we both want the same thing, so...
It's not a social gathering.
Just how stupid are you anyway?
It was Maxwell who created the schism, and trapped us all inside of it in the first place. Imprisonment is not so easily forgiven. It's entirely possible we may end up fighting each other again.
I'm sure you can understand why we're not ready to get all buddy-buddy with you.
Like I said, do what you want. Just make sure to stay out of our way.
Can you believe it? The nerve of those guys!
They must be short-handed. Why else would they share that kind of information with us?
Despite what they said, I still believe that they are counting on all of us.
For now, at least.
Perhaps this is the opportunity to speak to Wingle that I've been waiting for.
Didn't we agree that I would kill you for this sort of thing?
Good luck killing me when you're dead.
You got a message earlier today. What did it say?
What's it matter?
At first, I thought you were just in shock over Gillen's betrayal. But the timing wasn't quite right.
My mother is dead.
It happens. All humans die.
That your idea of sympathy? First Gillen betrays me, then my mother dies. Life sure is peachy.
Do you still want to return to Olympius?
What other choice do I have?
But I'm not going to die.
What's that got to do with anything?
Would you consider staying in Riza Maxia?
What?
Would that be so terrible? You'd be with Jude, and me, and everyone else.
You're the first person to offer me something like that after finding out who I really am. You're out of your mind.
Can't sleep?
No.
Me neither. You don't want to ask me anything about what I revealed earlier today?
No, you did the right thing. The just thing.
At least I hope so. Justice is a complicated concept. It means different things to different people.
And what is justice to you?
I thought this wasn't a social gathering.
Answer me, Maxwell.
It is the power of will that resides within one's heart.
In this, we are both in agreement. Those with this willpower bear a responsibility to this world. The strong must protect and guide the weak.
Gaius, weakness isn't an affliction of the body, but of the heart. The world will always have weak-willed people, but that in itself isn't a bad thing.
Then we must protect the weak until they can become strong. That is our duty.
We?
Yes. All who are strong must look after the weak. It is the only way to ensure that future generations will have sufficient strength as well.
So that's your solution to the problem I posed in Fezabel Marsh.
As I told you then, I can chart a new future for mankind if I just have enough power. But if a man like Gillen takes the stage, a man who can only use power for his own gain, then mankind will be doomed to repeat the same mistakes.
I see. But I'm afraid it's not up to me to approve your answer. Your concept of justice is your own. It's not my place to interfere.
As you say.
The two of you sure are alike.
How so?
No matter how extreme her words are, I think there's always truth to them. I get the same sense from you.
Do you want to be like Maxwell?
I wouldn't mind it, although I know that's impossible.
I see.
We should probably get some rest.
Yes. The showdown's tomorrow.
How do you intend to hijack a ship that's docked in the sky?
We'll use the wyverns in the castle.
You have to get there first.
I have no intention of sneaking into my own castle.
We shall march up the main road and reclaim it.
What? You can't be serious.
Indeed. At the very least, you should split into two groups, create a diversion.
Keep your tactics to yourself, you old fart.
Jude, do you know what you have to do?
Of course. I have to help Mila win. It's that simple.
Then let's go.
There's a path leading into the city off the side of the temple.
Oh, why can't we all stick together? What shall we do?
Let's see.
We can take that side path from the temple into the city, then move along the roofs to the castle. From there, we can both capture the flying battleship and retake the castle and its soldiers. Meanwhile, Gaius and the others will create their diversion.
Sure would be nice if they let us in on their plan for once.
Anyway, let's go.
You got it. neck is killing me.
Did you sleep on it wrong?
No, it's been this way since I was swept into the Fezabel marsh flow.
I have a poultice you can use, although it was intended for lower back pain.
Jude, it's pretty faint, but I think there's a footprint on your face.
Huh. I did have a dream that Agria was repeatedly stomping my head.
From the size and shape of that footprint, it would seem that dream was no dream at all.
What is wrong with her? Why would she do that?
Maybe she was trying to apologize, saying we got off on the wrong foot?
Oh dear. I'm going to chalk this one up to a concussion.
You don't know how close you just came to getting another boot in your face.
I'm sorry for getting you tangled up in this war.
Not at all. I welcome the opportunity. As a spirit, I can never forgive those who use Spyrex.
It is good to have your strength on our side. You have my gratitude.
Your gratitude? As a big sister, what choice do I have but to keep my little sister out of trouble?
A bit condescending, aren't we?
Isn't it wonderful to have a family?
Is that what we are?
It would seem so.
How long do you intend to accompany us?
However long I must. It is my duty to serve Lord Maxwell in the eradication of this Exodus group of Spyrex users.
I don't recall ordering that.
Your memories are your own, but it is the truth.
Regardless, it sure is good to have a great spirit on our side.
Yes. And I would be most grateful if you would continue to direct tether with me.
I knew it. You really are in that kind of relationship.
But why won't anyone explain this to me?
Don't stare at me like that!
What exactly is this strange object that is speaking to me?
Strange? Strange? Maybe you should take a peek in the mirror, weirdo!
Oh my, rude as well as strange. I cannot say that I am fond of it.
The mean spirit lady is calling me rude! Tipo, are you okay? Wow, she can even frazzle Tipo. I bet she really is stronger than Mila.
It's her natural obliviousness that makes her so formidable.
Unless that's just an act. Although that would be even scarier.
That's no act. She is Mila's sister, after all.
And you just say that in front of me? Who's the oblivious one now?
So you've lost the four and gathered these strange humans in their place. What a peculiar choice.
And my band of strange companions keeps growing.
Can I ask a question?
What is it?
It's about Zhao. Do you know why he saved Elise?
A difficult question. I could speculate, but we'd have no way of knowing if I was right.
It looked to me like he sacrificed himself to honor a vow he had made. But what sort of vow and to whom, I couldn't begin to guess.
So nobody knows.
Why not ask the other members of the Chimeriad? They would know Zhao better than we do.
But they're so scary. You guys do it!
That could certainly be arranged. However...
Would you be satisfied with an answer that you didn't find for yourself?
That's true.
What?
The snowfall sure is getting heavy.
Perfect weather for an infiltration.
Everyone, get down!
He sure is strong.
You could say that again.
Jude, behind you.
Huh?
You gonna gawk all day, kid? Let's go.
Right.
Let's end it.
Okay.
Onward.
Just keeps getting better.
Huh?
Hostiles.
Mila, the castle is this way.
Thank you.
They appear to be struggling.
Shouldn't we help them?
Their diversion will be for naught if we join them.
We have to save His Highness.
Don't let them lay a finger on His Highness or the civilians!
The people really do love him.
If I'm not mistaken, your job here is still to help Mila win.
That's right. Let's go, Leia.
Gotcha.
Oh, it's freezing! There's so much snow, I can't even tell where we're going!
Right direction or not, we'd better keep moving before we freeze.
We must commandeer the bridge.
That it up there?
Repel the hostiles!
We'll have to fight our way through. Out of our way.
It's over.
Great!
Look out! Look out!
Burn!
Here! Was this really?
There's always room.
Come on, how many soldiers does this tub carry?
Let's split into two groups. One group can run over to the bridge and bring the ship to ground level.
Good idea. That way Gaius and his crew can reinforce us. Then we can break through these troops.
All right, then the question is who shall go?
I'm gonna stay here and fight. Mila, you should go.
Are you sure, Jude?
Isn't that...
Hey! Who the hell are you?
Ivor?
Oh, wow. That idiot survived.
Hit the showers, fraud. The curtain just closed on you. I'm the new star of the show now. Thanks, Ivor. I'll rest. I could use a breather. No, 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 no! This is all wrong! Now you're supposed to explode into a jealous rage! Okay, in that case, I'll take care of it. Ha! You think I'm just gonna let you play the hero? Gangway!
You've gotten pretty good at handling him.
Nah, that just kind of popped into my head.
Well, he totally ignored Mila this time.
Maybe he's obsessed with you now, Jude. But if he pulls his own weight, I have no complaint. Anyway, let's go.
It's over.
It's over!
Okay.
Lightning strike!
It's
Turn!
How's that for an old man?
Finally.
I have seized control of the ship. Drop your weapons and surrender.
Ivor, set us down on the ground.
What do you think I'm trying to do? Fly loop-de-loops? This button maybe? No? This must be it.
Idiot. What'd he do this time?
Hopeless as usual.
Quite a predicament.
Can you tell us anything about these things?
Now's hardly the time to chat. You're under attack.
Right
If
on
we
point.
must.
Okay. It's over.
Right. Get him. Right.
Lightning! Let's end this.
Okay.
Lightning strike! Here! Lightning! Lightning! Let's end it.
Okay.
Lightning strike!
It's over.
Let's end it.
Okay.
Lightning strike! I will fulfill my mission.
I can't stop. I want to.
Glad that's over.
We'll take over from here.
Gaius probably didn't need us after all. Lady Mila, are you unharmed?
Yes, thanks to everyone but you.
What?
The ship is ours! Let's return to the castle.
Here, let me help you up.
How long until we can set sail?
I have every available man working to get the ship's systems under control. It may take a few hours.
Looks like we still have some time.
Let's rest until then.
So, I hear the pimple wants to be a nurse. I bet it's 'cause of that boy. So what of it? Don't play innocent with me. It's obvious that Jude gets you all hot and bothered. What? That's ridiculous. But you know, I have to admit my opinion of you has improved. Huh? Really? If you think with your heart instead of your brain, you'll end up killing some patient on accident. It'll be hilarious. You don't even care if your efforts end up killing people. That won't happen. Oh, that's right. That boy's got the hots for Maxwell, the older woman. That means no loving for you.
Huh?
Huh? Who's there? Lame.
Hey, good looking. Come here often.
Think you can charm your way back into my life? You make me puke.
Cut me some slack, will ya? After all, we finally get to fight side by side again.
I'd sooner kill you.
Easy there. Come on. It'll be just like old times.
You expect me to forget how many of us died because of you?
That's ancient history.
I was captured too, you know. Do you have any idea what I went through? I thought I'd found my place in the world by your side. Don't expect me to forgive and forget. Being tossed away once was enough.
Pressa, I request your presence. I need your opinion on how to integrate the Rashagal soldiers into our own.
Sure, I'll be right there.
See? Your new friends need you. You found your place after all.
Why are you standing out in the cold?
Huh?
What's wrong?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure? Maybe you should sit down and rest for a bit.
Yes, maybe this is simply fatigue. I'll take up your offer.
Hmm? Feeling any better?
Not really, but don't worry about it. Maybe if we just chat for a while, this will pass.
Okay, sure. So, what's the outside world like?
Olympias. What do you wish to know?
Well, stuff like the climate, how the people are, things like that.
I don't really know.
Huh.
Is that strange?
No, I just figured you'd know something. But it sounds like it's been some time since you've seen it.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of memory. I simply just don't know.
Oh, don't worry about it. I was just curious, that's all.
All I know is that Spyrex use is rampant on Olympias.
Why would the people there rely on Spyrex instead of just using their mana lobes?
Using Spyrex is easier. No doubt the temptation was just too strong for them. I have a question for you too, actually.
What is it?
Do you... how do I put this?
You sure everything is okay? You're acting weird today.
The ship is ready for departure. Please return to the castle.
I guess we should head back.
Muse, don't scare Jude like that.
Mila, may I speak with you in private for a moment?
You two can catch up. I'll just wait back at the castle.
What did you want to talk about?
You must never forget that the safety of the schism depends on your survival.
I understand. Wait, is that it?
Yes. I thought it best to remind you on the eve of a dangerous battle. Heed my words, and nothing will go wrong. Anyway, shall we go?
Wait.
You wish to ask me something?
Lately, I often feel like my actions are fraught with contradiction. This has never happened before. Do you know the reason why?
Do you mean you feel you're putting people in danger when it's your duty to protect them? You're imagining things. Elder sister knows best. Now let us go.
This isn't just my imagination. How did I always ignore these things? It's clear that Maxwell's mission and my own actions contradict each other. If you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Howe's egg principle. In that case, who am I?
Mila, what are you doing? Aren't we heading to the castle?
Yes.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That was quick.
You could say that.
The gang's all here. Let's go see Gaius.
Hold on, everyone. Gaius and the others are taking this fight very seriously. We must make sure we are fully prepared.
Yeah, good point.
Listen, Mila, about Ivor.
Why are you whispering?
Because Ivor can hear a pin drop half a mile away.
That's true. When he flew in on that wyvern, he was able to hear everything we said. So what is it?
I wouldn't worry you two. It's the wyverns that have great hearing, not Ivor. They navigate by channeling wind spirits to bring them every noise within miles. They probably just told Ivor what they heard.
Do you really think so?
If your handmaid really had such good ears, don't you think he'd be a little less deaf to subtext?
Oh. So what about Ivor?
Huh? Oh, I was just going to ask why he's so deaf to subtext when he has such great ears.
Ah, a popular topic apparently.
Giant lumps of metal soaring through the sky. Kinda terrifying, isn't it?
You think so? I find the idea fascinating.
I'm quite excited myself, riding in a flying ship. It's beyond my wildest dreams.
Well, Why are boys so into stuff like this?
I failed to see the appeal myself.
Hey, Muse, do these things ever fall out of the sky?
I don't know, but...
But what?
But I don't really care. If it did, I'd just fly away.
Well, that settles that. I'll be holding on to you.
Relay this to all troops. We believe the enemy base to be an enormous structure. All soldiers should review their indoor combat procedures.
Yes, sir.
I anticipate difficulty getting the word to everyone. Call in all of the relay team reserves.
Yes, sir!
I see you're keeping busy.
Of course. 99% of a battle is won before it starts.
So at this point, the fighting is just a formality.
I leave nothing to chance. That's why I haven't accounted for your group at all. All I expect from you is a distraction. Should you die in the process, my plans will not be disrupted.
What?
Fair enough.
Was that true for Zhao too? Did his death not disrupt your plans?
It was not, and it did. Zhao's strength was a trusted resource, not a destabilizing factor like your own. He was a man who not only bested me, but even challenged Gaius one-on-one.
Oh, were you two friends?
Friends? This must be how a child sees the world. It doesn't matter what we were. What matters now is that our military strength doesn't waver from his loss.
You certainly don't make your emotions easy to read.
You'd be wise not to waste your energy trying. The time of battle is at hand. Rest while you still can.